What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. Got an interesting video for you, I hope. We're back in the shop for a little while. Just got back from a run. We went out to Little Rock, Arkansas and back. So now that we're back, let's see. Holy smokes. Yikes! It's all the banging and clanging over there.
Morning, Steve.
Alrighty, let's go check out what in the world's going on here. We got some updating to do for you guys. Well, you've been busy.
A little bit. Trying to work my way back to that engine so we can get to it.
All right, so when we left, the idea was I told him, I said, yeah, start breaking these axles down, and that's exactly what he's doing. Because in the end, these differentials, they got to get rebuilt and put back in. This all's got to be sandblasted and painted to go under the new frame. Suspension pieces, it's just all, right now, just cut up. The chambers are obviously junk. Some of these pieces are usable. I don't even know, what do you call these? These go, ooh, it's still warm. Oh, the saddle goes underneath the axles.
It holds the pitch of the rear end.
Right. I just never realized what they were called. So those will save, and U-bolts are junk, obviously. This is the rear diff. So yeah, it's the idea. Just break it on down. This way, at least small enough so two men can carry it and get out of our way. So we're going to start reorganizing the shop. Ultimately, we got to get this engine split from the transmission and get a stand built that we can roll that engine around as we disassemble it. I don't know how you guys did it at the shops you used to work at, but I saw an SH Tube video, from YouTube, the way Rob has like a C channel and it's shaped like a C. It's on 4 wheels, but it only has one backbone off to one side, and the stand, and it's bolted down so it won't fall off the stand. Yeah. So to try to build something like that in the future, but I got to find or buy 4 casters that are strong enough. Yeah. Because they're kind of heavy.
I've always just put jack stands down on the oil pan rail and tear it down and rebuild it that way. Yeah,
I just like the ability to move it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Because right now, the last time I moved it, it wasn't good.
I see.
All right, we also started on the chapel trailer, which is another big part of the job. Because ultimately, I want this roadworthy, because we might start trying to bring it to shows in the future to start using it as a merch mobile to sell merch out of, not just for me, but my other YouTuber friends that are out there. So we started on it, and there you go. See that big piece of ugly steel on the ground? Yeah, there's a story behind that. Chris grabbed us some video of that coming out too. So I hear it was quite ugly, but there it is on the ground. Here's that video he took. Now, Chris texted me, said he very specifically left the amount of rust on the ground so that I could show it on video as to how bad this thing is.
That over there, too.
Yeah, well, it sat in North Bend, Washington, which is a very moist part of the world, for like 25 years. So if you ever wonder what the top side of your refrigerated trailer fifth wheel looks like, there it is. And it is rotten. There's the plate straight through to the floor. You can see where the holes were. We were picking at it. Now this piece here is made out of like 2 I-beams and a piece of flat steel on the top, flat on the bottom. And your kingpin appears to be roughly centered right there. So at first glance, I'm thinking it's all junk except for that big beefy frame where the fifth wheel is. So we might just be reskinning the bottom, replacing all of this, because see, this is all rotten down to nothing. There's nothing here. That's all missing. This piece, I don't know what it ever did.
Stabilizes it.
That's about it. And then this will probably just make new, because it'd be nice to save it only because of the bolt pattern. But then again, see, this looks terrible, but this is just foam. See, it's nothing but foam. These are your supports that go vertically up to your roof there. And it's weird, they riveted into foam. Look here, see? You dig that rivet out. There's 3 rivets, 1, 2, and 3. There you go, it's like pulling a slug out of a wall on a crime TV show. That's it. So this is the foam. My thought is I'm trying to figure out now how to bolt one. Once this is all rebuilt, we put it back up. How do we bolt this in? Or do we rivet it? But then again, we run the risk of running into where rivets already were. So that's why I prefer nut bolts and washers. But how do you get in from the other side? I'm assuming these are like I-beams. So we're gonna have to yank some of this foam out to see how this is constructed.
It should be like a C channel, it should be.
Think it's a C channel?
But
Let's yank this.
there you can kind of feel it. See that?
Okay, yeah, I see it. So it ends here, circles in, and I'm imagining it's got another piece there. Either that or it's angle.
Or it's a C channel with flanges on the side that mount, you know.
All right, well, we'll have to figure it all out, but that one looks C channel, like you said. All right, so there you go. That's the progress on it. So now the idea is we got to get this up and on that table over there. I should probably, what do you think? Use the table there or move the table here? Well, we'll figure out that off camera. But yeah, so that's that. The other concern we got here is this side panel here. Talked about it before I left on there. There's a crack from here, goes all the way out to like here-ish. Then there's another crack from here to here. These 2 cross members were replaced. You can see there's bolts as opposed to rivets. So this one's original with the rivets, but that's where the crack stops. There, and then back to rivets again. So this one were replaced or at least rebolted. Makes you wonder, they kind of look all the same, but who knows? Again, I don't know the service history of this trailer. So we're figuring we're gonna backstrap this with steel that we could weld it possibly from the inside and outside, and then we'll re-drill the holes once we backstrap it with steel. That's the thought anyway. I have a feeling we're not, if Chris was thinking about replacing this piece and butt welding it somewhere down the line. However, I don't think we're gonna get that.
It'd be hard. Yeah.
Now there is a Badger utility not far from here. It's in Kaukauna.
It might be worth checking into. See if they can get a section of that.
The worst case is make a phone call and find out, see if they sell that. But I want it to at least, I mean, I guess if it's shaped different, it really don't matter, but.
Well, I'd want it to match just to look right. But
I don't think we absolutely have to. It's not like it's completely separated. And once we weld it, plus it's backstrapped, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The other side structurally, there's no cracks in it, there's no nothing. It's just this side. But it looks ugly once you take it apart and you realize how much there really isn't to a semi-trailer, at least not a van or a reefer.
Yeah.
All the weight is held on by what, like 12 or, I don't know. It looks like 12 bolts each side, so 24 bolts holding and a handful of rivets in the front. And one little plate.
Rail's carrying the weight.
Just that rail holds the weight along with the whole side. And then all of it is attached to that, holding the entirety of the front of the trailer. On that, supported by only this section of rail. We got a good job ahead of us, don't we? All right, Mr. Muscles, let's get that off the ground and get it on the table. Alrighty, so here's my thoughts, right? These wheels, the tires, I should say, are absolutely garbage. but the wheels are usable. Some of them are nicer than others. So the nicer ones will go on the outside, crappier ones will go on the inside where you don't see them. As long as they're structurally fine, they'll do. So I don't know, we'll see. Who wants to see who could break down a tire faster? Hey, you're cheating. Oh, Chris, like, I'm not going to use this tool. I'll just break the valve stem off.
Well, it's all bent up anyways.
Yeah, we don't have a fancy shop either, so it's 2 tire spoons and a hammer, a tire hammer. You got that cord?
Got it out.
You got cord out?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm helping the competition here, but whatever. You started with a flat tire, that's not fair. And it's already broke down. I should have took this one.
Well, I didn't exactly set the time. We'll practice on these 2.
We did a lot of, used to do a lot of service.
So you've done these style rims before?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are not like a standard wheel where there's a dish on it. So which end is the dish end? The flange side or the non-flange side?
It'll come off either way. If you look here, this is in the center.
Right.
So it's gonna come off either side.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter.
I've never actually done these.
It just, you don't have anything to pry against if you got to.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Yeah, this is what I learned on.
Go for it.
Just down. Oh boy.
God knows how long they've been on there. I've had the truck for,
That was where it broke down.
I don't even know how long I've had this truck. I've had this truck for quite a long time, but I've never done nothing with it, which is kind of sad. The Peterbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get the tire into the hole though. Stiff don't even say the right word.
Rusty too, that's gonna make it more fun.
I need a hammer. I don't think it'll pop over.
Well, I'd pop it one more time over here.
That tool ain't gonna fit in there.
Yeah, it will now. Just have to find where it's gonna go.
There you go. So much for time.
It's a practice round. We're both trying to remember how to do it.
Meanwhile, the old shop, they probably had fancier tools than me.
Yeah.
Where you used to work at.
Yeah, but
He's like, what the hell did I sign up for?
I always went for the bars though. That's the way I learned. One more. All right. Just when you're small like me, you gotta work a little harder at it.
How true is that where these Daytons, if you don't tighten them down good and they spin on the hub, that will slice the valve stems off?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. And you also gotta worry about tightening them straight.
Yeah.
You know, we always put like a hammer beside it and roll it.
You probably saw the video and I took that apart. I took the nuts all the way off. Whack, whack, a boom! Across the shop to go.
I told Sherry when I was watching that, he's gonna get hurt. When I took those off, I hit him one
Off camera. That was the other side. The damn thing hit, I mean, it shot off, it hit that wall hard. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, I take a hammer and
A lot of people commented. You probably did too.
I
They
did
said,
too.
no, no, loose to catch him.
I told Sherry, I said, he's gonna get hurt, watch. But yeah, it's those can get bad. Like I said, I learned on these wheels, so the split rims is what I learned on.
Fritz Whitmire used to call it the cost of an education.
Yeah.
You get hurt doing crap like that, you'll learn.
You don't forget it.
Oh no, no.
Yep, everything I know is like
See right there in and of itself is a good reason why you're running this old school crap. Because the newer guys never done it. The old guys don't have the reason to show it.
Yeah.
So we're out here still doing it. That's the thing. It's very similar to Lone Star Texas Ranger. He likes to show that you can run a trucking business and not be in debt doing it. My attitude also is you might have a little bit of debt here or there, but you can still make money with old school equipment that goes with it not being in debt. So cheaper, older equipment is still viable compared to brand spanking new shiny rigs that cost $250,000.
how many new trucks do you see broke down on the road all the time? We'd have new from the factory not even make it to the dealership.
Dude, I caught him on video with a piggybacking from the factory and the towing unit break down.
They used to bring them into us all the time. 50 miles from the factory and they're broke down. It's usually programming issues. We had one that broke a crank.
How do you break a crank on a brand new truck?
It happened. Another one popped the turbo, wiped out the DPF and all that. That's an expensive fix.
There's a green APU getting mine serviced, the APU. Yeah. And so there's a brand new Kenworth getting a green APU on it. Dude, the exhaust coming off the turbo, I'm kidding you, it must have been a 4-inch plate.
Yeah, that's what
off the turbo, it's a little bitty thing, and I'm like, how does it, it's a Cummins, how the hell's the damn engine breathe?
Cummins used that for a long time, but then they step it up to a 5.
Yeah, but it's still restricted to a 4 off the turbo.
Yeah. Well, it's the variable pitch turbo, though. They can get away with that. Which is another source of problems. Hit it right on the rim. It's hard to do. Especially with aluminum wheels where you don't want to pick them up.
You dink that hammer off that wheel. That's why I got fiberglass handle.
Oh yeah.
Does your phone ring and my phone ring?
I'm popular.
There we go.
Something you never really wanted to be good at. Changing tires.
I figure if you were a young kid back in the day,
Yeah.
dude, you'd be in the best shape of your life if this is all you did. Work at a tire shop, cleaning tires all day long.
I couldn't imagine.
I ripped my pants.
I'd probably be as big as you if I did that.
My pants are jumping out. Son of a bitch.
If you put your bar end upside down and then flip it over, it's easier. Watch this.
Oh, that one cost me a pair of pants.
Probably won't work now that I said it.
I think I was feeling good about this.
Sometimes it takes 2 bars. Spread them out and get that one slid over that best you can. Now,
Anything about it?
ready? We'll just let it drop and then.
That, boys and girls, is why you hire somebody smarter than you. Alrighty, boys and girls. So after that whole tire fiasco, we went ahead and reshaped everything around here. So we got the workbench over there back there. The reason is I have to be able to get the semi-trailer in here or Orwell inside, and I'm not sure how long that fifth wheel project's going to be. It's not like it's an emergency, so I can't tie up the entire shop. But yeah, we've got the whole entirety of Bay 1 completely opened up, with the exception of the very front where Chris can continue breaking down the rearmost drive axle. So that's the idea, having this all cleaned up. We still got some trash to run out. The whole fuel tank and popcorn just got to go to scrap. This stuff is old, the old stuff off the Suburban. The plastic covering up the cab over, that could go out. There's a bunch of trash that still need to go out. But yeah, how much more work area we got here. My welders, we're going to move, well, we're going to need them, so I'll be over here. So now we got to figure out how to get that big, heavy-ass fifth wheel from there to there. Welcome to the circus. On the table.
Yeah. I can bring this up higher if we don't slide off that end.
That's what I'm worried about. All right, go. Down, down, no, down. There you go. I don't want to.
All right.
I just looked and I'm like, you ever see the movie Despicable Me where Drew goes light bulb?
I know which one I'm talking about.
Yep.
Well, we're not.
Here's our next problem.
We're not wide enough in this way.
We gotta go this way though, because of all the weight. We'll slide it forward. Hang it off the table a little bit.
Back this way.
There you go, yeah, without see how I'm burning that.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Enough. Sweet. Alrighty, well that was fun. Well, we finally got that rusty piece of crap fifth wheel up on the shop bench. So now we got all kinds of room to work, and we have the fifth wheel in a place where we can work on it. But now we got to start cutting it up, and I'll show you where we're going to start, or at least how we're thinking we're going to start in reassembling, maybe reusing some components, but most of it's going to wind up in the scrap pile. Now Chris was thinking that this was already replaced and reskinned, which would make some sense, because when you look underneath, you'll see it's split and it's starting to rust jack off the I-beam part here. So for whatever reason, it was already cut off. New skin put on it. Maybe. We're not 100% on that. But some of these rivets went into nothing. It's like these went into something, these went into something, these two are just floating in midair. 3 of them, or 6 of them were used, 3 of them were a miss. God knows why. Now for the main part of it, the kingpin itself is centered underneath this, what I'm going to call an I-beam frame. Basically, it's an I-beam, bottom part, top part, and there's your skin, and held together by this piece, which appears to be welded full, which might be very useful. Another I-beam here, but the kingpin itself is basically centered. So what I'm trying to figure out how to do is to cut everything off, saving this as a template so we know where not to drill the holes when we re-rivet into the vertical supports that hold the front wall together. We'll make a piece of skin, bottom piece, one piece, with a hole in the middle for the kingpin. Nothing more, nothing less. That will re-weld to the I-beam. So we got to cut this off, saving the I-beam and this piece here for structural integrity and size. Now I already took notes on all my measurements as to how big it is right now. As far as the strapping on the side rail of that trailer, what we're going to do is simply extend this longer than it was. These pieces were already broke off. go like so. Those are already cracked. So we're going to extend that. We may actually, from here back, make it thicker in case there's any stress to it. But all this has to be replaced with some kind of C-channel or whatever to buttress inside the I-beam. But I think the I-beam and this top part and the kingpin can be reused. Well, that's the basic idea of it. Not sure if it will play out that way, but that's how we're going to try. So we're going to start trying to scrape the rust off, cut it off with a blowtorch. But first we got to salvage this piece as a template for the new front.
So you can abuse them without tearing them up.
Yeah, we were talking about these diffs. These are SQHDs. What makes that? Eaton or Rockwell? I really forget. I remember when they were in the Peterbilt, I had the power divider repaired. That's how I knew it. These weren't known for to take the biggest power out there, but we're not making monster power. But now it's just a time-consuming process of getting it all apart. Now, those your sockets or mine?
Mine.
Okay, I don't know if you found my stash of them.
I've got most everything I need. Somebody put these on with a hammer and chisel.
Yeah,
Old style. That's why I learned to do it.
that ain't the one I did.
We, when I first started doing it, we didn't have any sockets.
That's how I did my Ford pickup, the F-250 bunch back in the day.
Yeah.
Then I just finally got tired. I bought the right stuff, and well, I haven't used a truck in many, many years, but I still got the tools. Now, a lot of old school subscribers would know this, but the hub is here. The drum bolts to the hub.
Yeah.
With them nuts and bolts right here and so on. So, inboard drums, aren't they fun?
It makes it more fun to get off.
And heavier. Yeah, I just turned the camera off. So what were you saying? You had what?
A wheel dolly, where you leave the wheels on, pull the bearings out, and just pull the whole assembly off.
Tires, rims, a whole bit just to change the brakes.
But in lieu of that, we would just put oil on the floor, jack it up barely, and then slide it off into oil.
Yep.
It works. This is the one with the shoe that came apart.
Well, those have been on there for like forever.
If I can get that out of there, sure help it come apart easier. They never get off it.
Did you loosen the adjustment or no? Or not even mess with that?
I haven't messed with it. It's coming.
There we go.
Now.
That pad just fell right on the ground.
Sure wish I knew somebody big and strong to pick this up for me.
Well, here, hold the camera.
No, I'm kidding.
There you are. Obviously, this is all trash. We're just trying to get it all taken apart. That way we can sandblast and paint the diff tubes. What I mean, the housings here. Put it all together with all new stuff. Obviously, we'll acquire new drums, blast and paint that hub. Old school trucking weighs a lot, don't it?
Yeah. Good thing I ate my Wheaties this morning. In a perfect world, these just fall out.
Yeah, it's hot.
That's what that's for. Cut that notch in there.
Ah. That has been together for quite a long time. Alrighty, well, Chris keeps working on that differential back there. We got some work done a couple days ago, actually Friday. Today's Monday, by the way, so we got done on Friday. We're messing with the fifth wheel. We got it up on the table. We cut that front plate off, just used as a template with my old cutting torch, which is set for the wrong gases. So Chris ran to Fleet Farm and bought a new blowtorch, so we're gonna try that out, see if that should work better, because mine is set up for MAP gas, and you can't get MAP gas no more, like the acetylene, the propane side of it. Yeah, it'll show us the proper way to do it.
Seen them go bad.
Yeah, leave the nuts on them.
Because they will
Where were you when I did the last one?
Watching. Saying, oh no, don't do that.
Oh man, I'll scratch the paint.
I'm trying not to. That's all of them.
I'll hold here just to make sure the deck don't fly off the damn jack stand.
Look at that, more tires to change or take off.
Take off, that's the only change of crap for a while. There we are. Sweet. Pretty good now. There they are. Let me grab the camera and show you talking about these wedges. They're like little cones.
Find one.
Under the washer.
Well,
like there was one in here.
They're like that. They center the axle. And they can be a major pain.
Yeah, they get stuck on the bolts to stick out of the hub.
Yep. Usually just shock them loose.
Yeah, well, how long they've been together? Now the last one had to heat and beat. last time you seen this stuff?
Wow.
Alrighty, well, I'll show you what the new torch does. Better than my old one with the right gas with the right torch. But there's a lot of rust all in this crap. I've been vacuuming a lot of it out. So I'm gonna cut here, over to here, and just put right through here. That we have more manageable pieces to get rid of rather than one big heavy piece. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, it's 2 or 3-ish.
Good thing you got cat-like reflexes.
It's just still be somewhat hot.
People say it about fishing and hunting, drag racing. I'm at the track, I don't work for anybody, I don't owe nobody nothing, I'm just there. You know?
That's right.
Now, the power divider, I had to heat it to get the silicone to break loose, but we'll see. This might pivot, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
The way I've got the stand.
Well, the power divider, I'm the one who put it in fairly recently. This I never took apart. So it's never been apart since I've owned it.
This one here weighs more than me. Oh, it moved. It moved.
Oh yeah.
A little more height. That was easy. That part was. It's out. There. Now it's dry.
Oh, we're free. We're free! Let's make sure I don't flop over.
Now you might sit there and grip for a while.
Yep. Better in there than on the floor. And then it'll probably drip on the floor later anyway.
Yeah. That's taken care of. Want to take the whole spiders and everything off? Or just the cam tubes?
I thought it was just take cam tubes off. But I don't even know, like you said, I don't even know if we really have to. It's just,
If they could
you put new bushings in with the tubes on the diff.
Yeah, if they can get in sandblast around that, I don't see
We'll just leave them on.
All right, well, that diff is mostly apart now. Well, it is apart, actually. Everything's done there. So we'll get back to working over here with the blowtorch. Show you what we've been doing.
So I cut it off in sections, 1, 2, and here's number 3. But I want to show you the amount of rust that this thing has in it. I mean, it's just an amazing amount of just how thin this once, I don't know, 3/16, 1/8 inch thick steel, probably 1/8. But now there's like, it's just so thin, there's not much left of it. And I whack it on this, we're starting to hear like hollow spots. We're not 100% sure. We'll know once we take it, flip it, and cut the bottom skin off. But yeah, let me get and clean this up. We'll cut that off and show you. Set that aside and whack on it with a hammer. Once that rust flake loose. Alrighty, well, after a fun and eventful dinner and a show for lunch today, we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this cleaned up, get this differential housing out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and fire up Orwell. I'm going to get the semi-trailer back inside the double drop because we're going to go ahead and do a service on it quick. Check the air pressures. I already serviced Orwell. That was not that long ago, but the double drop wasn't here when I serviced Orwell, so the double drop needs to get serviced. So we're gonna go ahead and fire them up, back them in, let Chris service it. I'll keep working on that fifth wheel, and then we gotta take care of the trouble with the enclosed trailer. We'll probably get it in today, and we'll actually fix it tomorrow.
Alrighty, while Chris does that, I'll cut the last of this fifth wheel off. Then we'll pull the trailer out and then probably bring the enclosed in and see about getting that fixed up.
Got any shoes for this?
Not here, no.
That's where actual half the lining gone. Top shoe.
But it just wore out.
No. Broke all the rivets are there. The lining's gone.
Did it score the drum?
Yeah, look like it.
Alrighty, boys and girls, we'll scratch that idea. Chris crawled underneath there and he found two problems. I got a wheel seal out on one and a cracked brake shoe with a pad piece missing on the other. So now the trailer has to get back all the way in because it's got to come apart, and I don't want to risk having it not put back together today, half out the door. So we're gonna head back it in the rest of the way.